I am not a politician and I am not a lawyer. What I am is a concerned Michigan sportsman. And we have just received word that House Bill 6229 has been introduced and is proposing changes for 2025. Now, among these changes are, of course, hunting and fishing license fees. So, let's jump into it. I'm Jason, and you're watching Hunt in God's Country. So, this new bill proposes changes in license fees. We haven't had a change here in Michigan in our license fee structure since 2014, which that's 10 years. It's really not that long of a time. However, over the last, for decades now, we have had a declining number of hunters, fewer licenses sold every year, and fishermen is seeing about the same thing. We're having a decrease in those as well. So, House Bill 6229 has introduced a new pricing structure for 2025. It did meet some contention as it was talked about and discussed when it was proposed. So it has to go through a whole process in order to actually become a bill on the floor for voting. But there's been some arguments, some disagreements. There's also been some proponents in favor of this, and the intention that's been put out there by the DNR and the legislators who wrote and supported this to bring it up are good intentions, right? They want to help fish restocking. They also want to use money to do more habitat conservation projects and have more private land made available for public hunting, things of that nature, right? So there are obviously some positive proposed benefits to this plan. The opposite end of that is who's going to pay for it, right? So every hunter, every fisherman, every sports person, everyone who buys a sticker for their kayak or their boat, their registration, those fees are designated to be used for conservation for the state. And I'm just going to hit you real quick with the proposed changes for 2025. This doesn't mean that they are going to necessarily pass, but there's a good chance that they are, right? So I want to let you know what we're looking at, what's coming up, what 2025 could look like for us, and whether or not it happens, I guess we'll have another video and we'll talk about it then. I'd like to get your comments and your concerns and see what you think about this. There are benefits to raising the fees. There's also a possibility that it could cause some people to quit participating in hunting and fishing in the state, and or hunt and fish without a license and hope to not get caught. So, it's hard to say what's going to happen with this, but let's jump right to it. Let me show you what we have here. This is what has been proposed now through House Bill 6229 for 2025. So, deer single or antlerless, just one single deer license, currently is $20, right? They want to move that to $30. So that's a 50% increase, going from $20 up to $30 for a single deer license. The antlerless license application currently is $5. They want to move that up to $8, and that is a non-refundable application fee. So, and add another $3 to each one of those. The hunt fish combo, which is what I get every year. I think there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of my friends do that. Currently, we pay $75 for it, or $76 actually. It includes your base license for $11, plus it's your 2 deer tags and your all species fishing for the year, right? It's an annual license. They're proposing moving that up to $113. So big change there. As well as turkey licenses going from $15 up to $23. Waterfowl, $12 up to $18 for next year. They've also proposed the bear license change from $25 up to $38. So if you're lucky enough to draw a bear license in Michigan, which I've done once in my life, I'm 50 years old. I've been applying my whole life. I've gotten one. However, that's proposed to move up to $38. Elk licenses, if you're a successful draw for elk, that's currently $100, which is a reasonable price for such a huge animal. They're looking at moving that up to $150 is what's been proposed. And then pheasant license, $25 up to $38. So you can see the common trend here. It's basically 50% across the board what they want to increase, just under 50%. They put another caveat in there though. There's also going to be an annual inflation change. So instead of that number getting approved and staying here for the next 10 years or 20 years, there's proposal for an annual change for inflation. So what does that mean? We have a new president starting in January, and our inflation's been nuts lately. So if we approve this and the changes go up, but inflation goes down, does that mean the license prices will go down? That's not specified. It just says annual inflation change. So, hard to say what that's actually going to turn out to be if this gets approved. They've also increased our fishing licenses from $26 up to $38. So this is what's been proposed for 2025. I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of frustrated people out there if this passes. However, based on the decline in numbers of hunters, this is an opportunity for the state to recover some money and be able to continue to invest into our conservation. Opportunities to help habitat, help with fisheries. There are definitely benefits to it. But I'm curious what you guys think, because with increasing the prices that much, is that going to be a detractor for people to get into hunting and fishing if they're not already? And or for those who already struggle with paying $1 million a week to buy their groceries, now having to pay higher prices for licenses to go hunting and fishing in this beautiful state, is that going to be a detractor? Or are we all just going to smile and nod and pay the money and go out and enjoy it and have fun, and the money will end up being used for fantastic things that make all of our hunting and fishing and outdoor activities better? Are we going to improve parks? Are we going to improve the habitat? Are we going to get more access to land where we can hunt and maybe see more deer and have better successful hunts? I can't tell the future. I don't know what that's going to be. But I wanted to make sure that you knew that there's a bill out there proposing changes for the license fee structure for 2025 and what it could look like if it passes. So this will be voted on soon. It's end of the year. The legislators are trying to get all of their ducks in a row and get everything out there that they can before the big changing of the guard in January when we get all the new people coming in. So, you know what, guys? Hang in there. Hang tight. Let's see what happens. I'd love to hear your comments. New video coming every day. We're going to have a new video every single day for you this whole month, all the way through Christmas. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you get notified every day when our new video comes out, 3 o'clock every day. And you can come back and see what's new and what's next. And you definitely don't want to miss the Christmas special, because that is going to be spectacular. Going to have a Christmas special, 3 p.m. December 25th. After a nice fat dinner, you're laying around. What's better to do than sit down and watch an awesome video from hunting God's country? All right. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Give me your comments. Let me know what you think about this. And I'm certain that I'll have a follow-up video to this, because I'm going to watch this closely as it works its way through the legislature and see what happens with this. It's interesting. I'm not sure where I stand on it at the moment. I know some of us can afford it, some of us can't, and raising these prices could be a great thing or a bad thing. But I'd like to hear your comments. I want to know what you think. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Shoot straight, keep the fire going.